Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good anything, wherever you are in the world. We're live now in Simon's living room. This is my living room. Hello, welcome to my living room. And fortunately, the guy outside just working in the street has just stopped his cement saw. But there could be at certain points during the show that this will occur and disturb the peace. But as my friend in Tokyo is having a similar problem. She would quite often sympathise, I think. But anyway, welcome to the show without the guests that I had anticipated, which was mainly due to my over enthusiasm and a misunderstanding in my negotiations with the guests. And they will be joining, as mentioned in the advert, they will be joining in June during the school holidays at some point. Not with the current situation, whether the school holidays will start exactly as they are supposed to, I don't know. But anyway, that will be arranged with the guests, and they will be joining then. And it will be a midweek show because that is much more amenable for them. They're very busy at the weekends and with their own YouTube channel and live streaming and whatnot. And so the midweek apparently is much better for them. So it'll be one of those rare occasions where the show is not on a Saturday but will be midweek. Anyway, you'll be all notified in advance, and for those that get spammed, I will spam you, and otherwise it will just appear on my channel, and if you've got your notifications and all that clicked, you'll find out when it's happening, and hopefully you'll be able to watch. And for the West Coast viewers in America and elsewhere in the world, it will be probably at a different time, and not only that, on a different day. I should probably do it after I get home from work, so I may be a bit rough. I shall clean myself up. I've cleaned myself up for the show today. In fact, I've been doing a veritable fashion show for my friend in Tokyo who styled me for the two previous shows, and it just wasn't cutting it for her, the styles I was showing. So this is the compromise, and sort of the most suitable for me at the moment. Hello, Perk. Nice to see you. Good to have someone listen to my ramblings. So yes, the show today, as you may have seen in the advert, and for Radri, if he's watching whilst having his dinner with Kiki, and whilst doing his own show, it's all very meta. Koan, Zen Koan. Yes, Zen Buddhism and koans. They're there for the reason I chose that as an impromptu title for the show, as it's a mind breaker. And it's meant to sort of bring you into a state where you realize you're enlightened. You watch this show and you become enlightened, and you know what the reason for existence is. And a koan actually is a Zen parable thought up by Zen monks or Zen masters, I should say, as a test for their monks. Sound of one hand clapping. Yes, indeed. Well, what I should do is actually read you a koan, not the sound of one hand clapping, and you get the idea. This is a koan called The Short Stick. Okay, here we go. Shuzan held out a short stick and said, "If you call this a short stick, you oppose its reality. If you do not call it a short stick, you ignore the fact. Now, what do you wish to call this?" So there we are. The monk, or the aspirant Zen monk, was sent away with that, or nun was sent away with that, and told to come back with an answer. And depending on the answer, so they either got it or they didn't, and were sent away until and given more koans and so on, more puzzles. Basically, it's some kind of mental puzzle within which are the seeds of enlightenment. But it's very heavy for this kind of show. So yes, today's koan is actually ramen, or no ramen. I have to say it properly. There is no R in Japanese. There's a l sound. Ramen. So yes, this was thanks to Nosh Abroad, if he watches, if he's there. Nosh Abroad kindly inspired me whilst I was watching Only in Japan Go, and he was a moderator there, and he suggested I should cook ramen on the show. Stressful. What is stress? Stressful. Yes, going away and being sent away. No, that's not the answer. Yes. Well, Zen is quite. It's not meant to be stressful, Zen, but I mean, it's meant to break your mind. Does this show break your mind? I don't know. It's not the sort of show they would have on in in Zen temples. Watch Simon NoChaNoMa and become enlightened. Yes, you can just see them all kneeling on their mats with their smartphones, watching this show, waiting to become enlightened. I don't know. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Somebody's calling me. It's my son. Hang on. I have to take this call. He's probably asking when I'm going to come and pick him up. Call back. Excuse me. Mundane reality invading the show. You called? Yes. Hello, Nick. Hello, Nick. Yeah. What's the matter? What's up, Nick? Hello. Hang on. I'll text you. Excuse me about this. This is never mind Zen. Okay. Right. Hello. It's my phone is using two things at once. Probably that's why it's not working so well. Text me. Is it just to find out when I'm coming picking you up? Hang on a minute. Excuse me about this. This is domestic reality invading the show. It's breaking the fourth wall here. Messenger call. Excuse me. Oh. Hello? Yeah, what's up? Oh, okay, that's good. Right, I can drink more wine then. Thank you. Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, I'm in the middle of the show here, and everybody's listening to what we're saying. So yes, yeah, I'll see you at 3 o'clock then. Okay, thanks, Nick. Right, bye. Oh, well, there we are. That was the answer. How to end it? End it. Right. Yes. Of course, I've got the phone set up all for going into the kitchen. What's going on? I can't tell. Oh, never mind. Anyway, yeah. Where were we? Where are you? What's going on? I don't know. Zen. Real life. Real life. Yes. It's none of this virtual business. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Perk. Hi, anybody else that randomly watches. I was talking with Radri before the show started while he was doing his show, and I was looking at Google Analytics, and the most people that watch this, hello, people that watch this afterwards, I don't know, They're not subscribed to me. Why are you not subscribed to me? If you're subscribed to me and you watch it, you'll get notifications and you can see me every week if you really, really, really want to. I found what I was thinking of. Chinese Chan calls the word moo. Yes, the moo. That means no or nothingness. Yes, I've got a koan here lined up with the word moo in it. That's right. Yes. An adept was going to visit a Chinese Zen master, and as he approached him, a dog walked past. So he asked the Zen master, "Does the dog have Buddha nature?" Because all things are Buddha. And the Chinese Zen master just shouted at him, "Moo!" There you are. Hope that wasn't too loud. And whether that enlightened him, I don't know. But that's the sort of thing that they do. And you're supposed to sit on your knees for hours. And if you start to doze off, they come around and hit you with a stick. It's a bit different going to church. This Zen Buddhism business. Oh, you're going to go run to the kitchen and get a glass of wine. I have inspired you. That's good. That's good. Well, I shall be going to the kitchen later at some point, and we shall be discovering whether there will be ramen or no ramen. And it's a tricky one, that one. It's tricky. I mean, it all depends on your definition of ramen. Zen, it's not really anybody's thing apart from people who, apart from some Californians and I mean, my friend who was on the show last year, Donna Casada, Professor Donna Casada from Santa Monica College. She's actually a qualified Zen monk or nun. She's done all the stuff, but that's not her forte. Her forte is Kundalini yoga, which is something in different entirely. To ramen or not to ramen? Yes. Yes, and for Nosh, if he's watching, if he watches later, there may be vegetables in it, but they're all freeze dried, and I'm not entirely sure whether they can count as actual vegetables or is it healthy, for that matter. But anyway, yes, I mean this would have been normally a show with guests and conversation, but I'm in conversation with you, which is working out nicely. The Nichiren sect of Buddhism. Oh, right. Yes. I think they also did koans. That's interesting that you did. Yes. I mean, my second only ever girlfriend was a professor of Oriental philosophy at the Faculty of Comparative Religion at Antwerp University. So I went to attend those lessons, and that was good. That's sort of the nearest I've got to studying religion. But I mean, I did it. I read about it. I've read a lot about it. Practicing religion is a different matter. For all those who do practice religion, I salute you. It requires a certain amount of bloody mindedness, I would say, and persistence, and faith is another word you could use. Shikoku. Oh yes, the Shikoku pilgrimage. Sort of I think it's 80 shrines or something. They have to go around, or temples, not shrines. Obviously, temples, Buddhist temples in Shikoku. Yeah. Fancy Dance, an 80s movie from Japan about a punk who becomes a Zen monk. God, there's no fear of me becoming a Zen monk. I think I just lost a viewer, and I'm getting 2 viewers. Hello, viewers. These are the random people who click on my channel, and if you do click on my channel and you're sort of please stay and watch and subscribe, and then you can have more of this. At which point they'd run away. Monk's life, yes. or nun's life, just to keep it balanced. And there is a koan as well. I was reading about about a Zen and nun. Um, but yes, that's something else entirely. I'm just trying to look. I've got a list of koans going on here. I'm trying to find. This is rather depressing, but I mean, oh, I've lost 2 viewers. They've clicked on and buggered off. All right. Random chats are always good. Yes. Yes. I mean, my friend in Tokyo said, good luck and have fun. And I am. But here is another koan for you before we get to my koan. Um, everything is best. This is perhaps quite cogent. Um, one day, Banzan, obviously it's in Japan, was walking through a market. He overheard a customer say to the butcher, "Give me the best piece of meat you have." "Everything in my shop is the best," replied the butcher. "You cannot find any piece of meat that is not the best." At these words, Banzan was enlightened. There you are. So hopefully, when I go to my kitchen and you discover whether we have ramen or no ramen, you too may become enlightened. Speaking of which, this is a you have to you have to think of these things once you do become enlightened. Where is it? Returning to the ordinary world. I've read a lot about Advaita Vedanta, or in my time, which is sort of another Indian philosophy, where everything is one, as it were. Um, and once you become enlightened, what happens? You know, one day you're merrily going along, sort of clouded, and your mirror is dark, and you're bumbling through the world, and suddenly one day you become enlightened. And then what do you do? I mean, what happens? And here is a koan called "Returning to the Ordinary World." A monk, it's always monks, isn't it? A monk asked Kegon, "How does an enlightened one return to the ordinary world?" And he has a guy outside digging up the pavement. That's what he does. No, sorry. How does an enlightened one return to the ordinary world? Kegon replied, "A broken mirror. A broken mirror. A broken mirror never reflects again. Fallen flowers never go back to the old branches." So you're buggered, basically. Once you become enlightened, you can't view the world in an ordinary sense anymore. Hello, Ellen. You're here to sort of keep me on the straight and narrow, hopefully. Dear me. Oh, now it's not a saw. Now it's a machine to whack they've been digging up the street here, and they've taken out the concrete sets, and then now they're putting them back, and hitting them with a sort of machine that whacks them into the ground, which is what the noise you can hear. Terribly sorry. Nothing I can do about it. I can't really read out the window and say, "Oi, I'm doing a live stream. Shut up." So I don't know if Radri is watching. I mean, he's holding forth, having lunch with his girlfriend, who had her first video. I've lost 2 viewers again. I'm sorry, I've put you off. I'm sorry. Uh, inane ramblings. The inane ramblings of a middle-aged man. He's gone quiet. Oh, peace. And that meat cone reminds you of the first time you went to the bakery down there. I wasn't familiar with all the breads they had, so I kept asking the baker, "What's this?" Ah, right. Is this the best one? Is this the best bread? They're all the best bread, sir. It's bread. Yes, that's. I mean, he must have been a Zen monk or a Zen master. Fetching water, chopping wood. It's like this show, really, isn't it? It's every week. It's a Zen moment every week, honed to perfection. One hopes after years and years of doing this. Is it time to go to the kitchen? No, it's a bit early to go to the kitchen. I may need something to compensate for the wine, um, or just to line the stomach. But since my youngest son said he doesn't need to be picked up and his mother's going to drop him off, yeah, I've got a full bottle down here, and I've got another bottle in the fridge, and I've got a 3-day weekend. Welcome to my world. What kind of bread? Yes, there's all kinds of bread. All make you have bellies like mine, which I'm currently trying to remove by doing exercises and then defeating all the effort that I'm doing every morning when I get up at 6 o'clock by drinking wine and eating bread. 2 bottles for 3 days, not enough. Oh dear. I thought I was being bad. Tamara is bad. You're the one who goes to the bottle bank at night, so nobody sees how many empty bottles you throw in. Oh dear. It was a bit of a faff getting this all set up down here, because I've lost the thing that this microphone is attached to. Well, I have it, but it broke. It was cheap and could not withstand. So my microphone is now attached to my coffee table with gaffer tape. It's all very professional, this show. Tokyo drinking culture and university. Yes. You did all the Japanese drinking games. And you held some of it over and have cupboards full of. I would like sake as opposed to wine. Well, no, I quite like wine, obviously, but sake would be nice. But it's so expensive. That's the problem. I mean, it's not that difficult to produce, surely. Izakaya. Ooh, yes, izakaya. Yes, it's been a while since I've been in an izakaya. It's been forever. Well, no, it's not been forever. I go to pubs, I think, twice a year. So, ooh, and when I go to England, but there's no going to England this year due to the current situation. So this summer, when it's my obligatory holiday, when work closes and I'm forced to be on holiday, not that I want to go to work, but I mean, I'd like to have a variation in holiday times, but always in July, in 2 weeks in July, at the exact same time, work closes. It's builder's holiday, they call it. And then I usually sort of go to England, but I can't this year. Hopefully by then we'll be allowed to move about within my own country or the country I'm in, Belgium. Now you can't go anywhere unless it's absolutely necessary. But hopefully by July we should be able to do that, and I can get in my car and go off for the day, and I shall probably end up making videos, and you'll see the results. But it's so dry here at the moment. We haven't had rain for ages. I remember once I did a video in the Ardennes of a castle that I went to, and I went to a castle because it was this particular castle because it had a moat around it, and it was quite a spectacular moat. And when I got there, the moat was empty, and everything was dried up. So I'm actually looking forward to rain in the summer. That would be good. Oh, hang on, Tamara. Yes, you're in my neck of the woods. Yes, Bauvalov. Yeah. Yeah, I never go out here in Belgium, really. I can't even remember that. I mean, when my parents come to visit, that's about the only time we ever go to a restaurant here. Um, Yes, the urge to go out into a bar in Belgium. I mean, not that there's nothing wrong with bars in Belgium, but it's just not there. But you, as I was saying, it's twice a year. When I go to England, I go into the pub with my friend in my hometown, and we catch up. I'm just trying to look, see if there's any more koans to break your minds. Oh, this is a good one. This is how to sort of self-enlighten yourself. So you don't need me to do it. You don't need this show. You just need to do this. What this chap did every day. Gan used to call out to himself, "Master," but then he answered himself, "Yes, sir," and he added, "Awake, awake," and then answered, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." And from now onwards, do not be deceived by others. "No, sir, I will not, sir." So one of two things will happen. You will become enlightened, or you will go mad. It's a bit like watching this show, really. Not that you'll become enlightened. You're more likely to go mad. Now, on Radri's show, they had food, and it's getting to that time where the koan may come into play. Ramen or no ramen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my gimbal, and hopefully this time I did this in the other shows when I went to the kitchen, and you all got horrendous feedback. Hopefully that won't occur this time. But here's the old gimbal. Here's the old phone. I'm going to put it in the right way up, otherwise you'll get upside down ramen. And I've got to avoid touching the screen. Okay. Right. I've got to add myself to the stream. No, there'll be two of me. Oh, hang on. I've got to switch it on. Hang on. Woo! There we go. Right. Add to the stream. Oh, okay. You can see my ears. There we are. Oh, Inception. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make the second part of me, my two halves, my other half. I'm going to make that the main stream and cut off the sound from this microphone. Okay. Right. Microphone from that. My mic. I've just been talking to nobody because my microphone is muted. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Bit of wine. So, are we going to have ramen on the show? Oh, what we need to do actually is find out how the hell do I flip this. Right, flip it. Flip, 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 flip. No, I can't see how to flip it. Never mind. I have to hold it like this. Oh, down. There we go. There we go. Going to get the kettle. Doing this all one-handed, you know. Fill kettle. I think you can guess from this that there will be ramen on the stove. But it may not be ramen. Okay. Lid on kettle. Kettle back on here. Go up. Down to me. There we go. Right. Well, while the kettle is cooking, excuse my puffy cheek here. I think I have an abscess, but I'm hoping it'll go away on its own, rather than having to have my tooth pulled out or anything. But what I did, I went and got, because Nosh Abroad suggested it, I got instant soba and not ramen. But I mean, they're noodles. Noodles are noodles. Ramen is noodles. Same thing, really. So hang on, I'm going to put this down because I can't do it with one hand. Oh, yep. No, that way. No, that way. No, the other way. Excuse me. Oh, dear. Yeah, there we go. Right. So, following the instructions, it's like cheap food. Introduced after World War II, when wheat was promoted in Japan due to a shortage of rice. So what do? I open this, remove the foil, and there's a little bit of stuff in there. I'm not quite sure what that is. Remove, fill the beaker with boiling water. Until the stripe, until the stripe. And close the lid and leave for how many? 3 minutes. Okay. So it's exciting. We're having this is the long. It's been a long time since I've had this. I hope you can hear me. While the kettle's boiling, let's go back. I'll see it so I can see your comments. Ramen noodles, but it's called yakisoba. Oh, good. All right. Okay, jolly good. My mic is muted. Oh, yeah, that's this microphone. Which microphone is muted? I can't. Can you hear me? Remove the aluminium foil. Yeah, me. Yes, it's quite puffy. Right. I think the kettle is boiling. We'll go back to the kettle. Oh, the excitement. Okay. Okay. Oh, down again, down again, down again. Right. Okay. Live on NoChaNoMa. I pour in up to the stripe. Okay. Okay, it's up to the stripe. I remove the foil. Remove the foil. Put the lid on for 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. Then I'll leave that for 3 minutes. Let's go back. There's no pain here. It's just annoying. Right, while we're doing that, I'm going to flip us back. Go back here. Oh, I've lost my mouse. Where's my mouse? My Zen mouse. You can hear me. Jolly good. Right, let's go to this. Okay. And unmute my microphone, and we're all good while we wait 3 minutes for that to cook. So it was ramen, but it was soba noodles and not ramen. There's a marginal difference, and it's equally unhealthy. 2 or 3. Yes, you can hear me. Good. Right. So in 3 minutes that should be ready. I can pour the water out and I can have my lunch instead of just the liquid lunch that I was having before. You lost the sound, Alan. Oh, hang on, it's back again. Yes, it's all very technical. I mean, it would be a lot easier if I had guests. You see, next week, um, I may be preempting myself here, but I've been in touch with Wombat. Who, you may ask? Wombat is Kyushu Trail, which is a channel by a young, I think, New Zealand chap who lives in Kyushu, and he sometimes watches my show and is subscribed, and I watch his videos. And he basically goes out into mountains in Kyushu and walks them, and or does walking videos. And he's busy this weekend, which is, well, I asked him if he could join, but he can't. But he said to message him in the week. So I shall be doing that, and hopefully next Saturday we shall be joined live from Kyushu in the dark, but from his room and not on the mountain. It would be good if it was a mountain, but I would have to get up very early for it to be still daylight in Japan. I may do that. I mean, if he can go up a mountain and live stream from there, that would be cool. And I may even schedule the show for that sort of eventuality. There's a bit of an echo because of both mics. Oh yes, hang on. Right, I've hopefully muted that. I can't tell whether I have or not. Have I muted it? I can hear myself coming back to me in my earphones. Anyway, it's all very, yes. It's when you're doing everything yourself and you're your own guest on the show. It's quite confusing. When you get to my age. But yes, we shall go and test these. I mean, it said Nissin, and I've seen the adverts on Japanese commercial, the Japanese commercial channel on YouTube, which shows funny and weird Japanese commercials. And if you've seen the Nissin pot noodle adverts, they're quite bizarre. But these, so I thought, oh yes, genuine Nissin pot noodle thing. But it's apparently made under license in Hungary. So East European ramen coming up shortly on Simon NoChaNoMa. And I have actually been to the pot noodle museum in Yokohama, and I can advise anybody who visits Yokohama not to go to the pot noodle museum unless they're really, 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 really into pot noodles, because it's a bit dull. It has 3 minutes past. I've probably waffled on for 5. Yes, I should go and drain it. It may be ruined now. Hang on. Let me pop you back here. Let's knock this off. Do that. Take the headphones off, otherwise the wire will pull my head off. Okay. Join me in my puffy face as we go back to the kitchen for some Hungarian ramen. Oh, right. Now it said, here's my sink. I have to drain it in the sink. It's got these little drain holes here. Ooh. Ow, it's hot. It's bloody hot. Ow! Nice there. Ow! God almighty, it's hot. Teriyaki soba. There you are, tomorrow. It's teriyaki soba, and I have no Suntory beer or whatever. There you are. This close up of noodles, pot noodles. Oh, I was supposed to put this in. I'm gonna have this. Hang on. Let's turn back to something over here. Okay. And they don't do this on Tabby Eats, you know. Make a cock up of their cooking. And I put in the teriyaki sauce. Ooh. Not healthy at all. Never mind. And I get it. There we go. You see it, the teriyaki sauce. And I mix it all around. It smells good. Smells teriyaki-ish. So let's go back to the living room, and I shall eat it on the main camera, where I can hide. Oh, whoa! Where I can hide my puffy cheek. Oh, whoop! Okay, there we are. Back again. I can see you now. Right, audio off there. Okay, right, we're back again. Chaos on the live stream. Oh, you got an emergency. Oh dear. Hey, you. If you're still there, Ellen, you is here. Right, let's try it. Apparently, you're supposed to slurp these. If I remove myself from the stream, hang on. That ought to do it. That's better. I'm not getting the feedback now. Oh, that's rather good. I can see why people rave about this sort of thing, even though it's not particularly healthy. The last time I had soba was in Yamaguchi, and I had just had 12 takoyaki. And my friend said, "Oh, I'm going to take you to a stand-up soba bar," and I couldn't finish it. Oh, that teriyaki sauce is good. Well, those Hungarians have done themselves proud in their factory. If only their Prime Minister wasn't such a jerk. Perk says something in Japanese, and I've known something. Itadakimasu. That'll probably itadakimasu. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Itadakimasu. Yeah. The only way I could get import from Japan tomorrow is if I went to the Oriental supermarket in Ghent, where I sometimes went when I was doing my Japanese course. But I can't I can't justify to the police if they stop me on this. I'm going to get genuine noodles from Ghent. It's an emergency. It's a necessary travel. Excuse me. Feel free to eat while you're watching as well. Yes, they are. They're not strictly paying the expenses of what they're doing. Perk. I thought perhaps I can get a discount on my flight or whatever. No, you have to pay for your flight to the airline of choice. None of that will be subsidized. Your accommodation will not be subsidized, but you will receive discounts if you visit certain sites, and you'll receive discounts if you go to particular eateries and that sort of thing. They want you. You will get it in the form of vouchers, which in order for you to get the discount, as it were, you have to use the vouchers. You have to then spend the money and go to these particular places. So yes, it's all very targeted to making sure that you do visit these places, and so that these places do get custom, which is fair enough. So it's not specifically here's some money, come to Japan. No, it's all very carefully arranged. All right, half of your flight. Oh, that would be good if they did that. If they were seriously considered that. But it's I don't know for how long that it's meant to be for. I think they were trying to. They obviously, with the cancellation of the Olympics, they'd been anticipating all these visitors, and so they're trying to recoup some of that by encouraging people to come now. Unfortunately, I can't come now, and I could probably come in November. But whether it would still be available in November, I don't know. Ah, yeah, the entry ban. Yes, that as well. I mean, I was talking to somebody at work who also enjoys going to Asia, and he said, yeah, now you can't go because you've got to spend 2 weeks in quarantine when you get there, which is not fun, and you've got to pay for your time when you're in quarantine. I can't even go to Holland. I can come back out of Holland without quarantine. Ellen and Silversea, you'll let me out, won't you? Yeah. Who wants to go to Japan in the summer? My friend in Tokyo was saying it's starting to get summery there now, and she can't stand the heat. Yeah, on the one hand, yes. I mean, it's if it could sort of dip into the summer for about a week, and then dip out into somewhere nice and cool and refreshing. That's the trouble with this. You want more. all the and the teriyaki sauce has gone to the bottom. Bonodori. Yeah, I've only ever been in autumn and spring, so I miss all the fun stuff. Very nice. Not entirely healthy, but very nice. And I didn't wear my apron, so if my friend's watching, I'm sorry. I didn't manage to spill on myself this time. Yesterday evening, I was making myself a tomato juice, and this time I was using Tabasco sauce with it because my friend in Tokyo, she said that's always a tasty option. And I shook this bottle of Tabasco, but I'd loosened the lid, so the Tabasco started to fly everywhere, and I was wearing a white shirt. Not good. Yeah, heat and humidity. And that was basically. I mean, I didn't need to go to Japan last year, which I didn't. I just sat in my living room here. I can't. I mean, I can turn the camera around. You can see my huge windows I mean, the curtains are closed, but if you open those curtains, it's about 3 meters wide by about 3 meters high, and there's an equal set of windows on in the dining room there. And it's basically a greenhouse. So when you can imagine when it was like 40 degrees outside, it was pretty bloody unbearable in here. Yeah, when I went to Kyoto and I met up with Yoko Shibata, she was saying that yes, it's terrible there in the winter and in the summer. The best time to visit Kyoto, which is the best time that I did, was in the spring or in the autumn, and it was just right. You know, I wandered around even in a jacket. In this jacket, I bought this jacket. This jacket is from GU in Kyoto, just behind Kyoto Station. I bought it, and I then went to I can't remember the name of the temple, some temple or other near near Arashiyama bamboo grove with Tomoko Des, and I wore this. Yeah, the Netherlands is not extreme. No, but I mean, we are. I mean, I think Otnell and Yu will attest. We're getting some bizarre summer weather here as well. I don't. I had to escape to England last year to get some normal temperatures. Mm. So yes, that was my koan. It didn't break your mind. It may have made you hungry. I don't know, but it was rather good. Hang on, well, I'm still on the stream. Is anybody getting an echo, or is it just me? It's getting hotter every summer. Yeah, yeah. One or two things are going to happen. Europe's going to turn into a desert, or the ice caps will melt, which will change the Gulf Stream, and Europe will turn into an ice block. Oh, yeah, my friend. I'm just thinking, what can I have for dessert? But my friend Chuck the Magpie, she posted a picture on Instagram, on her Instagram stories, her and her friend with an ice cream in Hong Kong. Ice cream. It's not good for my little tummy here, but I quite fancy an ice cream actually right now. No echo. That's good. It's just me going mad. Oh, hang on. I had something all set up to go. Hang on. I've got to go here. Start play. This, if I transfer, whee, there we are. We're in Ryoanji in Kyoto. You know the famous Buddhist temple with the very famous dry stone rock garden. And this was taken by some. I shall give them credit. Oh, bugger. Oh no, they give them credit. This is from the channel Nomadic Mindfulness, who has 14 subscribers. So I don't think he can, or he or she can, hold it against me if I promote. You can see that there's only about 3 people sat there looking at the garden, obviously because of lockdown and the ban on tourists from abroad. It's all nice and quiet at Ryoanji. So here we have it, the lovely rock garden. Shall move myself out of the way a little bit, and then you can see. Can you see that? Is it coming through clearly? Normally, to get that kind of lack of people and quietness, you would have to get there at the crack of dawn, just as soon as it opens, and be the first in line. But now, because of the situation, you can go any time of day, and it's like that. So here we are. We're having a Zen moment now. I went to another temple in Kyoto that has a slightly similar rock garden, and it's much less busy. Nanzenji, which is just up the road from in the hostel I was staying at. But this is the famous one. Moo. Yeah, it used to be so crowded. Yeah, and it's like the Golden Temple. Now would be an ideal time to go if you could put up with the 2 weeks of quarantine and if they let you in. Yes, I've got it. If everybody appears to be moving extremely slowly, I've got the video going on half speed, just for serenity's sake. Hi, Tomo, you made it. Jolly good. Mm. Yeah, I always try to go to Kiyomizudera. I think the last time I was there was I got there like 8:30 in the morning, and it was still like lots of school kids and Chinese tourists. You're so late. Oh, well, I can keep going for you, Tomo. This is Tomo from Shikoku, where the pilgrimage. Have you ever done the pilgrimage in Shikoku, Tomo? Yeah, and Gion. And the only time I went to Gion was trying attempting to geisha spot, and I messaged one of my YouTube friends there and said, where do I go? Where do I need to go? And the nearest I got was I was walking down the street and I turned and there was a Maiko walking behind me. Oh, and that was about it. What? The pilgrimage, the 80 temple pilgrimage in Shikoku, um, Buddhist thing. Sort of people wandering about with. I think they have white hats and white robes and and walking sticks and stuff. And they you've been to Kiyomizudera? Yeah, I recommend everybody to go to Kiyomizudera. Amazing gallery. Oh, you saw the geisha show. Ah, I'd quite like to see that. Or Henro. Is that the name? Is that what they call the pilgrimage? Yeah, I mean, I think the first time I went to Kyoto was on my second visit to Japan. And I decided, yeah, I want to go to Kyoto this time. And I found a really great hostel in Higashiyama, which is where all the sort of the main temples and stuff are. It was like a 30-minute walk from my hostel to Kiyomizudera. Yeah, I probably would never get to Ryanji because it was so busy. So it's nice to see it like this. Yes. I did know what 88 was in Japanese, but I've forgotten. I've forgotten a lot of my Japanese actually. It's all in folders under my bed. Yes, this is the meditative moment of the show. We've had you missed the soba the noodles, the ramen or no ramen, Koan, Tomo. There's an empty pot of Hungarian ramen at my feet and half a bottle of wine. Hachiju hachi. Yeah. That's correct. That's indeed correct. Hachiju hachi. Ah, there we are. I've forgotten the name. The deer scarer. Somewhat on the top of this cupboard here, I have a gachapon deer scarer that I got in Edo, Tokyo Open Air Museum. A cultural gachapon. Did I have anything else on the setup? What's this? Oh yeah, I had this going on. This was supposed to happen as well. This is my Zen moment, a Zen garden going on, but it's a. Let's go back to Ryanji. 88 temples. Yeah, it's a lot though, isn't it? Really. I mean, even if it's on your own island, I mean, it would be like me going around all the sort of major churches in Belgium. You know, absolutely no desire to do that. It keeps coming back to this garden. I mean, it is the main feature of the temple, obviously, but but I spent the morning looking up koans and looking up videos about Zen Buddhism. But the problem with Japanese Zen Buddhism is it's become rather sort of ossified. There's a big word for you. It's fossilized. It's become stuck in routine and the ritual. And it's not really a living, breathing thing anymore. There are special characters for numbers, which can be confusing. With sort of lots of zeros and stripes and things, which is the actual original way of writing the numbers rather than in the Arabic numerals or whatever it is. So unless you know them, you're stuffed. You sometimes see them, on signs. I've seen them, looking at little shops, old shops, and things. It'll be the amount in yen will be written in the kanji, and rather than Arabic numerals. It looks so calm and peaceful there. I mean, now that these people have stopped outside digging up my street, it's calm and peaceful here. But the temperature is set to rise. Apparently, even though it's a 3-day weekend, can't relax because it's going to get warmer and warmer um, and no rain. And they use the kanji numbers in the suburbs. Yeah, yeah. I noticed sort of even in Kyoto, or even in Tokyo, in some of the older shops or the old style shops and markets and things. You know, Kochirawa. I can't remember. I can't remember. I've even forgotten to say how much is that in Japanese. I forgot all my basic phrases other than Hajime Mashite. So if you're still enjoying this, I'll keep going. But normally this is the time that I would wind up the show and get you all excited for next week. But as I mentioned, next week, hopefully this guy from Kyushu will be joining. This a New Zealand guy, and possibly even from a mountain if we can get that arranged. Otherwise, it's just me again, and I shall have to think of something else to do in the kitchen. Yeah, I've noticed that sort of in regular stores and even in supermarkets, it's Arabic numerals. It's just as Tomo says it's in the suburbs or in the countryside or in old shops, you'll get the or sometimes even in some gardens in Tokyo, the entrance fee will be written in the kanji. Guy, yes. I mean, I should really eat more. I mean, are they simple and healthy? That's the thing. Tomorrow, when I come home from work at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, I need to be able to just throw it into the sort of the combi microwave combi oven. Not microwave food, but I mean it's got like uh, a fan assisted oven, and it needs to be done uh, by about 6 o'clock or at the very latest 6:30, and not require too much effort. Typical bloke. All right, I've been trumped by Eric Surf 6. I've just noticed a notification. He's now premiering on YouTube, or was 8 minutes ago. Japan grocery store. I can't top that, really. So it's got to that time of day where I may decide to wind up now the show. I'm terribly sorry to people watching after the event that it wasn't so exciting as you perhaps anticipated, that your Koan experience was not enlightening. Let's have a look. Let's see if there's can I say a Koan that will somehow. This is appropriate to what we've been talking about the summer. This is called No Cold and Heat. A monk, what else, asked Tozan, "How can we escape the cold and heat?" Tozan replied, "Why not go where there is no cold and heat?" "Is there such a place?" the monk asked. Tozan commented, "When cold, be thoroughly cold. When hot, be hot through and through." So basically, it means accept things as they are, as it is. That's what it is. It is what it is. And this show is, oh dear, I had that going, is what it is. And I should just finish this last bit of wine and sit up straight. And thank you for joining. and keeping me from total isolation. Um, great answer. Okay. I'm not through and through. I'm through. Just through, not through and through. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Tomo, sorry you joined late and missed my noodles. You missed my noodles, dear. But next week, we could be up a mountain or not. But we'll be maybe in Kyushu. And the week after that, I have no idea. It is what it is. It's Zen. Thank you for joining, everybody. I shall now be winding up the show. What I shall do is go here and go back to my living room, and then it's a bit more. There we are. That's better. Okay. So this has been Simon NoChaNoMa, full of noodles and white wine, and the pleasure of your company. And I hope you enjoyed the show. I shall see you all again, hopefully, next week. Thank you for joining, and bye for now. Bye, everybody.